Welcome back to the channel, guys. Self Educated Economist here. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about Bitcoin. Over the weekend, I guess over the weekend or pretty much yesterday, Bitcoin broke below this trend line that I was looking at. We'll see if it bounces and gets back above this trend line. But what I'm pretty much been looking at and what I'm tracking in the weeks and months to come is when Bitcoin is going to retest the 200-day simple moving average, which right now is sitting at $108,000. So the lower Bitcoin is living below this moving average, the more it's going to pull it down. So what I've been doing is I put this box here, and I previously was thinking that Bitcoin will retest it sometime around January, end of January, beginning of February. I've actually kind of changed my thoughts on that. I think it could potentially be a lot later, and I'm basing it off of what has happened in previous starts of bear markets. Even though we're not really in the start of the bear market anymore, I would say we're kind of like in it. Some people could say Ben Cowan. He seems to think we're potentially halfway through it at this point. I don't know, but I definitely think we're in a bear market now. But anyways, in the previous bear market, so November, I guess it was around here, November 12th, 2021, it took about 139, 140 bars, so 140 days before Bitcoin could retest the simple moving average, this white line here. And this is measuring it from the high. The high of the market, it just started to going down, dropped below the simple moving average, and then it retested it. Took 140 days. And the previous bear market before that one, this was 2017, and from the high to when it retested, it took 140 bars, and then the one before that, sorry guys, from high to when it retested, it took a while. It took a lot longer. It took 183, about 100. Let's call it 180 days. So what I'm looking at here now, which actually kind of made me change my mind as to when I thought it was going to retest it. If we measure it, from the top of the bull market, from the high. Oops, sorry about that. From the high to, let's just call it 120 days would be something in the middle, right? Because we had 183 days for the initial, the I guess it was 2014. 2017, it took 140 days, and the bull market before this one, 2021, it took also about 140 days. So let's call it 120 days. So what does 120 days look like? It looks like pretty much kind of still in line with what I was thinking before, beginning of February. But if we take it out to 140 days, sorry, 140 days, we're looking at end of February, and something in the middle, 160, would be mid-March, and something down the line would be beginning of April. So, I think we could expect something like that. So I'm looking for something maybe as early as February and as late as April for Bitcoin to retest that white line, and that's the simple moving average. By that point, it should be pulled down a lot more from where it currently is at $108,000. So I could see it being around the $100,000 mark. Now, will Bitcoin be able to not only retest it and reclaim it and get above that? We'll see. Anything is possible, but I would think it's just going to be a lower high, and then Bitcoin will go lower from there. So those are just my current ideas on what I think the price of Bitcoin is going to do in the next couple of months. I'll revisit this topic as things update and as things change. And yeah, things change. So I'm just kind of doing it day by day and trying to find better entries into the market. Hopefully later on in the next couple of months and at lower prices. All right, guys. Well, if you're enjoying the content. Why do I always say that? If you're enjoying the content, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.